Space was silent, cold, endless dark. Only one thing broke that silence. A star. It was not a normal star. It was older than Earth's sun. Its light was strange, sharp, golden, and heavy. For centuries, no one had dared to come near it. Alien legends said, if this star dies, 1,000 worlds will fall, and still a small human ship moved closer. The ship was black and quiet like a shadow. Inside, one man stood alone, Captain Liam Ward. His eyes were fixed on the bright star outside the glass. His hands were shaking, not from fear, but from anger. Kyle, he whispered. The name echoed in the empty cockpit. Kyle, his best friend, his brother in all but blood. Kyle was out there, inside the star's fortress. The alien keepers had taken him. A red light blinked on the control panel. Alert, crossing forbidden zone. Liam smiled without joy. Yeah, I know. He pushed the throttle forward. The ship entered the zone. Instantly, the silence of space turned into a storm. Massive energy scanners locked on his ship. Hundreds of alien satellites began to track his every move. He was now in their territory. One human, against an empire built around a star. Far below the star's surface, a giant ring floated, the Star Fortress. This was where Kyle was held. The fortress glowed like a burning crown around the sun. No ship had ever escaped from it. And yet Liam planned to walk straight in. He pressed a button. A small hollow screen opened. Kyle's last transmission played, weak, broken, full of static. Liam, they're using me. Starcore, don't come. The message cut out. Liam closed his eyes. He remembered Kyle's voice, warm and alive. He remembered the day Kyle had saved his life on the battlefield. They had sworn to protect each other. Liam had promised, if you fall, I'll come for you. That promise burned inside him now, like a fire that wouldn't die. Outside, the star's gravity grew stronger. The ship shook. Warning alarms screamed. Warning. Temperature rising. Radiation levels high. Shut up, Liam said to the AI. He turned off the safety systems. The alien keepers sent a message. A cold, mechanical voice filled the cockpit. Human vessel. You are entering a sacred zone. Leave now. The star must never die. Liam didn't answer. He only whispered, watch me. The alien defenses woke up. From the ring fortress, 3 massive Guardian drones moved toward him. They were bigger than his entire ship. Their metal skin glowed with starfire. Their weapons were ready. Liam's heartbeat slowed. His mind was calm. He had planned for this moment. For days, for nights, he had studied the alien star maps. He knew where the blind spots were. He knew how to disappear in the fire. He pushed the ship into a dead spin, flying low under the energy field. The drones fired beams of golden plasma. The beams cut through space like blades. Liam moved faster, dancing between death. He gritted his teeth as the heat rose. Metal panels on the ship began to melt at the edges. But he didn't stop. Every meter forward was 1 meter closer to Kale. Behind him, the drones followed like hunters chasing a wounded animal. But Liam didn't look back. He was focused on the fortress ahead, that shining ring of doom. Its light filled the cockpit like the burning heart of a god. Suddenly, the AI spoke again. Liam, you can't win this. Turn back, Liam smiled. I'm not here to win. I'm here to break their star. The ship pierced through the first layer of defense. The golden shield wrapped around him like fire. For a moment, he thought the ship would break apart. But it didn't. It roared like a beast and forced its way through. Inside the shield, space was different. The light was too bright. The sound of energy was like a heartbeat. It felt alive. Like the star itself was watching him, Liam felt it too. A strange whisper filled the cockpit. Not from speakers, not from any machine. From the star itself, a low, heavy voice. Leave, or burn with me. He clenched his fists. No. He opened a secret panel beside his chair. Inside was a black control key, a weapon Earth had sworn never to use. It could tear a hole in a star's heart. It could destroy a sun, and he was ready to use it. This star will not scare me, he said. He looked at the light outside and whispered to Kale, hold on. I'm coming. In the fortress, alarms exploded. Alien voices filled the comm channels. Human detected. Activate planetary defense. Protect the star. Liam's ship sped forward like a falling knife. In the distance, the star core glowed brighter. It was beautiful. It was deadly. The keepers believed no one would ever dare to challenge their star. But they did not know humans. They did not know Liam Ward. He had no army, no backup, no escape plan, but he had something far more dangerous, a promise. He whispered the last line before entering the shadow of the Star Fortress. "I will burn the sky if I have to." And with that, the man who would one day be called the human who killed a star disappeared into the fire. Liam's ship moved deeper into the Star Fortress zone. The golden light outside burned brighter, but he didn't blink. He could feel the heat through the metal walls. His heart was beating slow but strong. He was inside enemy space now. No turning back. He opened a small hollow screen in front of him. A picture floated in the air. It was Kyle, tall, silver-skinned, with glowing blue eyes. Not human, but more of a brother to Liam than anyone else. They had fought together, laughed together, bled together. His mind went back to the first day they met. It was during the Battle of Dusk Sector. Earth's fleet was trapped between alien warships. Liam's fighter was damaged, spinning toward fire. He thought he was going to die. But then a strange alien ship appeared. A silver hand pulled him out of the wreck. Kale had saved him. At that time, Kale was part of the alien rebel group. He hated war. He believed in peace, and Liam trusted him. From that day, they became brothers. Now Kale was a prisoner, not of just any enemy, but of his own kind, the Starkeepers. They wanted to use him as a living energy source for their star. His alien race had a power. Energy from their life force could keep a star alive. Kale's body was strong, perfect for the Star Corps. Liam clenched his jaw. They think they can take him. They're wrong. Suddenly, a cold robotic voice filled the cockpit. "Human vessel, return away. Kale is no longer yours. The star has claimed him." Liam didn't answer. He touched the black control key in his pocket, the one weapon that could kill a star. But he also knew using it would cost everything. His radar beeped. A massive defense wall was ahead. No ship had ever passed through it alive. But Liam wasn't just anyone. He took a deep breath. "Let's dance." He switched off the navigation AI and flew manually. The wall opened. Thousands of plasma cannons lit up like suns. Beams of golden fire shot toward him. His ship twisted through the chaos like a needle through thread. One hit, and he would be gone. He whispered to himself, "Kyle, I'm coming." Inside the fortress, deep under the star's surface, Kyle hung in a chamber. His arms were locked by bright energy chains. His body was weak, glowing with soft blue light. The star was feeding on him. Every breath he took made the star burn brighter. Kyle opened his eyes weakly. He could feel Liam moving closer, even through the noise, even through the pain. He felt him. He whispered, "Liam, no, don't do it." Back outside, Liam's ship shook as he passed through the wall. The back of his ship was burning. His shields were almost gone, but he made it. He was inside the heart zone now. The star's fortress was huge. Massive black towers floated around the star, connected by glowing bridges. It looked like a crown made of fire. Every tower had a defense system. Every bridge was a death trap. Liam's scanners found something, a signal deep inside the fortress. It was Kale, his friend's heartbeat, weak but alive. He stared at the blinking light on the screen. And then he saw another signal. The star's core chamber, and then came the truth. The fortress plans were clear. If Kyle's energy was fully absorbed, the star would turn into a weapon. A supernova cannon. It could destroy whole planets in seconds. Kale would die, and billions more would follow. Liam whispered, "They're going to use him to kill the galaxy." He hit the console with his fist. The metal cracked. Earth's command had told him not to interfere. The council said, "It's too dangerous." They told him, "You can't win." He didn't care. He wasn't fighting for Earth. He was fighting for Kale. The comm crackled. A new voice spoke. An alien keeper commander. Calm, cruel, human. Why risk your life for one alien? This star feeds on thousands. One more will not matter. Liam's voice was low, sharp. "He matters to me," the commander laughed. "You are brave, but bravery will not save you." Liam turned off the comm. He didn't need to talk. He needed to act. He checked his ship's power. Only 38% shields left. Missiles low. Energy critical. But that was enough, because he didn't plan to run. He opened a secret channel to Earth Fleet. "Command, this is Captain Liam Ward. I found Kale. He's inside the Star Core. The Keepers will use him to fire the star." A cold voice replied, Liam, stand down. This is not a sanctioned mission. Liam closed his eyes and smiled sadly. I never asked for permission. He cut the channel and powered his ship toward the main tower. The tower glowed red with starfire. Alien ships swarmed like insects. He aimed his weapons and whispered, "Let's go." As the ship flew forward, the light around him grew stronger. The star was watching. The keepers were watching. But Liam didn't stop. Far inside the core chamber, Kyle whispered to the star, "Please, don't let him come. He'll die," but it was too late. Liam was already in the fire. For Kyle, for a promise, and somewhere deep inside that burning fortress. The star whispered again, "Human, you will break." But Liam had already decided. "No," he said. "I'll break you first." And the hunter moved closer to the heart of the star. Liam's ship moved like a shadow through the burning fortress. Every second, enemy fire rained around him. Every second, death waited. But Liam didn't stop. He was too close now. The golden star behind him burned like a living god. The fortress towers shined with red fire, feeding on Kyle's energy. The whole structure was alive, breathing, waiting to crush the human who dared to enter. The scanners on Liam's control panel flashed with red warnings. Alert, shield power, 23%. Alert, hull damage, critical alert, weapons. Liam looked at the blinking lights and laughed softly. "I've been worse." He switched to manual mode again. His hands were steady on the controls. Enemy ships, black and sharp like blades, moved in fast. 4, 6, then 10. They surrounded him. Their engines glowed like suns. Their weapons pointed straight at him. The alien commander's voice came through the comm. "Human, no one crosses the Star Fortress and lives." "You should have run," Liam smirked. "Running isn't my thing." The ships fired all at once. Plasma beams cut the dark like spears of light. Liam twisted the ship hard, spinning through the fire. The walls of the fortress blurred around him. One beam grazed his wing. Metal tore like paper. Another beam exploded near the engine. Boom, alarms screamed. Flames flashed behind him. But Liam didn't slow down. He flew toward the energy tunnels, narrow paths between fortress towers. No large ship could follow there. The enemy hesitated. Liam didn't. He entered the tunnels at full speed. The ship scraped against the glowing walls. Sparks flew. "Easy," he whispered. He pulled a lever. The ship's stealth field came on. His image vanished from enemy radar. The drones outside lost him. Liam took a deep breath. This was it, the last part of the fortress. Beyond these tunnels was the core chamber, where Kyle was held. Inside that chamber, Kyle floated in a burning cage. His energy chains were wrapped around the star's heart. Every second the star fed on him. He was weak. He could barely keep his eyes open. But then something changed. He felt it, Liam's presence. A heartbeat he knew. Kyle whispered, "You fool. You actually came." A sudden shockwave ran through the tunnels. The fortress AI spoke in a cold, slow voice. "Human intruder detected. Activating defense protocol." Walls began to move. The tunnels closed like the mouth of a beast. Metal blades extended. Laser traps activated. The way forward turned into a death maze. Liam grinned. Finally. A challenge. He pushed the ship forward. Blades slashed past the cockpit. Lasers burned the wings. But his focus didn't break. He moved with perfect control, like he had been born to fly in hell. One laser hit the side of the ship. A huge panel flew off into the void. Liam's shoulder slammed into the wall. Pain shot through his arm, but he didn't stop. "Not now," he whispered. "Not when he's waiting." Finally, he broke out of the tunnel. The core chamber opened in front of him like the heart of a star. It was beautiful. A massive sphere of golden light floated at the center. Around it, black towers and glowing rings. And at the very heart, Kyle Kale's body was hanging in midair, bound by bright chains. His eyes were closed. The star pulsed with his heartbeat. Liam's voice cracked. "Kyle!" The AI flashed one final warning. "Warning! Core overload sequence will destroy Fortress, Star, and all life forms." Liam didn't care. He touched the black Star Killer key inside his jacket. The weapon was small, cold, deadly. He had sworn never to use it, but now everything was different. "Sorry, Kale," he whispered. "I made a promise." Enemy ships began to appear at the edge of the chamber. Dozens of them. They surrounded him like wolves around a wounded beast. Their commander shouted, "Human, stop! If you touch that core, the star will die." Liam answered, "That's the point." He flew the ship straight toward the center. The alien ships fired everything they had, beams, missiles, fire. The fortress shook like a dying animal. Liam pulled hard on the controls. The ship spun, flipped, and slid between explosions. It was like flying through the end of the world. He reached the core platform. The ship slammed down on the surface. Metal screamed. Sparks flew. He jumped out in his suit. Heat slammed into him like a wave of fire. His boots melted on the glowing floor. His armor burned. But he kept walking. The star whispered inside his head. "You cannot break me, human." "I am eternal," Liam whispered back. "Everyone breaks." He pulled the black key from his suit. It glowed with a soft red light. The star reacted. Energy spikes filled the room. The alien commander screamed through the comm, "Stop him!" But Liam raised the key and pressed it into the ground. A low sound echoed. The star shivered. A massive surge of energy blasted through the fortress. Light exploded across the chamber. The alien ships shook. The fortress alarms howled. The AI voice echoed again. "Core overload confirmed. Star destruction sequence started." Liam stood in the burning light. His body hurt. His lungs burned. But a small smile touched his lips. He looked at Kale. "I'm not here to fight your star," he said softly. "I'm here to end it." The golden light turned red. The star screamed. The walls began to fall apart, and as the alien fleets closed in, Liam pressed the final command. Yes, the human had broken the unbreakable. The fortress began to shake. The golden light turned red. The star was crying. Liam stood on the glowing platform, breathing hard. The black key pulsed in the floor, feeding power into the star's heart. Alarms screamed through every tower. Alien ships spun in panic. The fortress AI spoke in a flat, heavy voice. "Core overload confirmed. Star destruction sequence initiated." The walls cracked. Rivers of hot light poured through them. The whole structure shook like a living creature in pain. Above him, the star's surface rippled like liquid fire. Every keeper ship turned toward the chamber. The star was dying. Liam's boots burned as he walked forward. The heat was worse than anything he had felt before. Even the suit alarms had stopped. The system didn't have a warning for this. He looked up. Kale hung in the middle of the core, wrapped in bright chains. His silver skin glowed blue, his life feeding the collapsing star. His head hung low. His breath was weak. Liam shouted, "Kale, look at me." Slowly, Kale opened his eyes. For a moment, it was like seeing an old friend at the end of the world. "Liam," his voice was soft, tired, but warm. "You idiot. Why did you come?" Liam smiled through the heat. "Because I said I would." Kyle tried to shake his head. "No, you can't. If you break the star, you'll—" Liam cut him off. "Yeah, I know. I'll burn, so what?" The energy around Kale sparked like a storm. The star screamed again, louder this time. It wasn't sound. It was something deeper, like the sky itself crying. The alien commander's voice exploded through the comm. "Stop him! The star is sacred. If it dies, we die." But Liam didn't care. He had only one mission left: save Kyle. He climbed onto the floating platform that surrounded the core. Every step was like walking through fire. The chains pulsed, alive, guarding their prisoner. Kale shouted weakly, "Liam, no! If you break the chains, the overload will—" "I don't care!" Liam yelled back. "I didn't come this far to leave you." He grabbed the first chain. It burned through his gloves, melting the armor beneath. Pain shot through his arm like lightning. But Liam didn't let go. He pulled harder. The chain screamed. A crack formed in the glowing light. Kale stared at him in disbelief. "Liam, stop, please." But Liam only growled through clenched teeth. "I made a promise." With a final pull, the chain snapped. A blinding flash filled the chamber. The star roared in pain. One of the alien towers exploded like glass. Kyle gasped as his strength slowly returned. But there were still more chains. And the star was growing angrier. The fortress AI's voice grew sharp and cold. "Human threat level, extreme termination required." Dozens of drones poured into the chamber. Their weapons glowed bright. They opened fire. Beams of plasma rained around Liam. He dived behind a broken platform. Metal melted like wax. He pulled out his sidearm, a small pulse gun almost useless here. But he didn't need to fight forever. He only needed a few seconds. He rolled out and fired at the chains, not the drones. Each shot weakened the glowing links. The drones hit him. His armor cracked. He screamed but kept going. Second chain snapped. The star wailed louder. Light spilled out like blood. Cale fell lower, almost free. Liam could barely see through the burning air. His vision blurred. His ears rang. But he moved toward the third chain. A plasma blast hit his chest. He fell to his knees. Smoke rose from his armor. The drones closed in. But Cale, even weak, shouted, a sound filled with power. A burst of blue energy exploded from him. The drones shattered into ash. "Liam!" Cale called out. "We'll both die if you do this." Liam pushed himself up. His face was bloody. His suit was half burned. "Yeah," he said, "but at least we'll die together." He slammed his hand on the third chain. The star screamed like a wounded beast. The chain broke. Cale fell free. The star's surface outside cracked. Massive rivers of fire burst into space. The alien fleet screamed into the comm channels, "Evacuate!" "The star is falling!" Cale collapsed into Liam's arms. His skin was ice cold, but he was alive. Liam held him tight. "Told you I'd come." Cale coughed, a weak smile on his face. "You're insane," he whispered. "Yeah," Liam answered, "but you're my brother." The AI voice roared,